Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we will be going over my Week 3 NFL recap. So we will be going over all 16 games played in the NFL in Week 3 and recapping them, going over some notable stats, scores, my thoughts, stuff like that. So the Texans and the Panthers played on Thursday Night Football. The Panthers beat the Texans 24-9 to improve to 3-0 for the first time since 2015. And in this game, so while they did win, the Panthers had two good players go down with injuries. Rookie cornerback J.C. Horn suffered a broken foot and will miss the season. And Christian McCaffrey went down with a hamstring injury. So, I think I was wrong about Sam Darnold. I didn't think the Panthers would be that good with him at quarterback. But I think the problem with Sam Darnold may not have been him, it may have been the Jets. Because Zach Wilson is a really good quarterback, and he's not playing good at all on the Jets because they have a horrible offensive line, and the Jets team as a whole just are horrible. So I think the problem with Darnold was the Jets, not him. The Bills blew out the Washington football team 43-21. Josh Allen had a great game. 5 total touchdowns. He went 32 for 43, 358 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he also had a rushing touchdown. So this Washington football defense does not look like the defense it was supposed to be at the start of the season. They were supposed to have one of the best defenses in the league, and they've been giving up lots of points this season. So now, after 2 weeks, it looked like Devin Singletary was the lead back for the Bills. But this game, Zach Moss had more touches than Devin Singletary, 16 touches to Singletary's 12. Moss was the lead back, getting 13 carries for 60 yards. And a Washington football team, something good for them. Antonio Gibson, running back, turned a screen pass into a 73-yard touchdown. And he was Washington's leading receiver in the game with 73 yards. The Falcons beat the Giants on a walk-off field goal. I think the Giants definitely should have won this game. It's a very winnable game, especially so the Giants, they had potential to start off the season really 3-0 or 2-1. They definitely should not have started off 0-3. They should have beaten the Broncos. They definitely should have beaten the Falcons, and they definitely should have beaten Washington because they jumped off sides on the field goal. The Broncos you could argue either way, but they definitely should have had at least 1-2. But they were capable of going either 2-1 or 3-0. But disappointing start for the Giants. But a good thing, Saquon Barkley scored his first touchdown since 2019. And that's his first touchdown in 21 months. The Browns beat the Bears 26-6. Justin Fields made his first start and was sacked 9 times. Yes, I said 9 times. Odell Beckham Jr. made his return from his torn ACL last season. He had 5 catches for 77 yards. Kareem Hunt, Browns running back, also had a great game. 10 carries for 81 yards and a touchdown, and he also had 6 catches for 74 yards. The Ravens beat the Lions on an NFL record longest field goal, so Justin Tucker set the record for longest NFL field goal, 66 yards, as the Ravens beat the Lions 19-17. And he got a lucky bounce off the crossbar to win the game. The Ravens also made a key 4th down conversion. On 4th and 19, they went for 36 yards, which ended up putting them in field goal range. So a few plays later, Tucker could come in and win the game. Titans beat the Colts 25-16. Carson Wentz did start and play in the game for the Colts. Derrick Henry continued to get more involved in the passing game. He had 3 catches for 31 yards. And in this game, he had a total of 31 touches for 144 scrimmage yards. The Chargers upset the Chiefs 30-24. So Mahomes and the Chiefs had the ball with about 2 minutes left, and Mahomes threw an interception, giving the Chargers the ball and allowing them to go down and score the game-winning touchdown. Chiefs running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire has a 100-yard game. He had 17 carries for exactly 100 yards. Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert had a great game. 26 for 38, 281 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Patriots quarterback Mac Jones had his first bad game in the NFL. He went 30 for 51, 270 yards, and a touchdown with 3 interceptions. In their 28-13 loss to the Saints. But his touchdown, wide receiver Kendrick Bourne made an unbelievable touchdown catch, and I don't even know how he managed to stay in bounds. The Bengals upset the Steelers 24-20 on the road. The Steelers don't look that good after their upset win over the Bills in Week 1. Because then in Week 2, they lost to the Raiders, and in Week 3, they lost to the Bengals. And Bengals rookie wide receiver Jamar Chase looks like he's Joe Burrow's favorite target, and he made another great touchdown catch. He had 4 catches for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the Steelers side, rookie running back Najee Harris had a great game. While he only had 14 carries for 40 yards, but his receiving stats were unbelievable. 14 receptions, 102 yards on 19 targets. So Deontay Johnson was out for the Steelers, and Juju Smith-Schuster left the game with an injury. So the top 2 targets were Chase Claypool and Najee Harris. Claypool was targeted 15 times, and he caught 9 of those for 96 yards. The Cardinals beat the Jaguars on a game that had just about everything in it. There was a 68-yard field goal attempt. It was no good. And there was a kick 6 on that, meaning the Jaguars put a return man back at, just in front, inbounds, in front of the upright. The kick was short, and the defense returned it for a touchdown. So that was crazy. A famous kick 6 was when Auburn beat Alabama that way in the Iron Bowl a few years ago. So that was crazy. And it ties the longest play in NFL history, 109 yards. And in this game, there's also a pick 6 on a flea flicker. So a flea flicker is where the ball is handed off to the running back. The running back throws the ball back to the quarterback, and the quarterback throws a pass. So this example, it was Jaguars running back Carlos Hyde. He got the ball, threw it back to Trevor Lawrence, and Lawrence threw a pick 6. And the final crazy thing in this game, a penalty flag hit the ball on the punt, leading to a muffed punt. So as the ball was coming down, the penalty flag hit it, altered the flight of the ball, leading to a muffed punt. However, the Cardinals, the receiving team, were able to get back on the ball. And you know it hits the ball because you can see the flag change direction after it hits the ball. The Broncos shut out the Jets 26-0 to improve to 3-0. So, Jets rookie running back Michael Carter got the most touches of any running back. He had 11 touches for 29 yards. The Raiders beat the Dolphins 31-28 in overtime. I didn't expect this game to be this close. I would have expected it to be this close if Tua was playing for the Dolphins, but he wasn't. But the Raiders ended up winning on a last-second field goal. Derek Carr had another great game. 26 for 43, 386 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. And something that's pretty strange, Peyton Barber has more carries than Kenyon Drake with Josh Jacobs out. So I think Kenyon Drake would get the majority of the work because he is definitely the better back between him and Barber. And even he's a outstanding receiving back. But even when you look at his receiving numbers, He's still the same amount of catches as Peyton Barber, so it doesn't make sense. Barber had 23 carries, 111 yards, and a touchdown, 3 receptions for 31 yards. Kenyon Drake, 8 carries for 24 yards, and 3 catches for 33 yards. The Rams beat the Buccaneers 34-24. Right now, the Rams look like they're the team to beat in the NFC. Both quarterbacks had great games. Tom Brady went 41 for 55, 432 yards and a touchdown. And Matthew Stafford went 27 for 36 with 4 touchdowns. Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp had another outstanding game. 9 catches, 96 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And the leading receiver in the game was Deshaun Jackson. He had a 75-yard touchdown catch, and he ended up 3 receptions, 120 yards, and a touchdown. The Vikings beat the Steelers 30-17. Running back Dalvin Cook was out for the game. Vikings backup Alexander Madison stepped up with a big performance. He had 26 carries, 112 yards, and he had 6 catches for 59 yards as the Vikings beat the Seahawks. The Packers beat the 49ers on Sunday Night Football. So, Trey Lance came in on the final play of the first half to put the 49ers back in the game. And the Packers got the ball with 30 seconds left, no timeouts, and Aaron Rodgers worked some magic, going and marching the Packers down the field, so Mason Crosby, their kicker, can hit a game-winning field goal. And rookie running back Trey Sermon was the lead back for the 49ers, because Elijah Mitchell and Jermichael Hasty were both out due to injury. Sermon ended up with 10 carries for 31 yards and a touchdown, and 2 catches for 3 yards. Cowboys against the Eagles on Monday Night Football last night. Dak Prescott played his first home game since his ankle injury, and he had a good game, 21 for 26, 238 yards and 3 touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott also had a great game, 17 carries for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns, and 3 receptions for 21 yards. So, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you Thursday for my NFL Week 4 predictions.